Hello everyone. Back again, finally, to work on episode 4 of the M48A2 Patton tank build. So, welcome back. If you have not been following along, this is kind of a tutorial on building, but most predominantly painting, airbrushing, and aging techniques. This one is going to focus on washes and tones. And the application of layering different washes. So my main thing is to start off with a clear flat base. I'm going to be using at this point semi-gloss, it looks like, and a Vallejo rust texture. I'm not quite sure why I threw that in, but let's just focus here. Thinner X20A acrylic. I'll say again, this is a water-based application of paint. So I'm putting a little of the flat clear, a couple of eyedroppers full with some thinner, and now a couple of drops of the semi-gloss black. Yeah, be careful with this. Don't add too much. You don't want to overpower it right away. The idea here is to get a thin, watery coat or runny coat, and it's to apply it and then to remove it. So it's a real kind of seemingly waste of time step, but it's not. It's a subtle thing that kind of takes a little bit of layering and building up to do. But washes and tones to me are kind of a background thing. It's the stuff that makes the highlights pop, as they say. And in this case, on the tracks, the silver is the popping part, and the background is the washes. So, getting back to our treads, I am going to take that wash now and apply it to the crevices or the cracks or the lower parts on the tread with a flat brush at this point I think I'm using, and there we go, just let it carefully drip in. I know it's kind of a messy looking procedure, but I try to be careful. Don't want to go nuts. So a couple of well-placed drops of this wash I mixed, and then dab, 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 and I'm being careful just to pull up the paint that's on the raised surfaces, i.e. the silver parts I've done already. We'll flip over the track here because there are two sides, obviously, that we want to take care of. And in this one, well, because it's not really what the track looks like. It's a piece of polyvinyl rubber, whatever. We're going to approximate what it might look like. So if anything, I'm kind of obscuring the fact that it's one solid piece when it should be a bunch of little articulated pieces. But this was a fairly inexpensive model, so tell you the truth, this one turned out a lot better with the treads, because they're a lot more flexible. I worked on another tank and the treads were horrible, just so stiff. They look so fake. But these worked out quite well, actually. So, I digress. Dab, dab, dab. It's pretty simple, actually, doing these washes and tones. The difference between a wash and a tone. Okay. I'm not sure. Why did I even title this that? I would guess a tone is probably an overall dulling down of the entire thing, where I'd probably cover the whole, even the silver parts, kind of like I'm doing here. I guess that's kind of what I meant, a tone. But as long as you kind of modulate here. You see, I think it's up to you. Sometimes it gets a little dark, and you just have to sponge off a little bit more of that wash you put on. It's a fairly strong wash too, if you can see what's in the cup. It's fairly dark, but this is a dirty tank. I was going for a heavier age, I guess, on this. So, and again, it's a matter of your eye. What you think is looking good to you. I mean, to be quite honest, this is the first time I've worked on a tank to do this type of stuff. I'm used to working on things that are full size for this type of aging technique. FYI, I work in the film industry, so in the paint department, so this is not too unfamiliar to me, but instead of aging a tank, I'd be aging a set, I guess. So, same idea. Washes, tones, aging, base coating, all that stuff. Paint department. So, this is a lot of fun for me. Practice. And, well, maybe I blabbed a little too much this episode. If not, we are going to finish up here pretty much with these treads and move on to working on aging, weathering, and pretty much closing up this build. So, thanks again for tuning in. Y'all come back now for episode 5 and wrap up of the M48A2 Patton tank. All right. Bye-bye.